Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to fold this origami goat. This is something that I designed quite a while ago, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So with that being said, grab some paper and let's get folding. Alright, so for this model, we're going to use nothing fancy. We're just going to use a piece of printer paper cut squared. That's all you really need. This model is medium hard level complexity because it's quite tricky. Alright, so we're going to start white side up. Well, I guess both sides are white, but if you were using paper that was colored different on both sides, you would start colored side up. Alright, so we're going to diagonally valley fold in half. Alright, let's unfold, rotate, and repeat. Alright, let's unfold. And then now we're going to bring this edge to the center crease, but we're not going to fold all the way, we're just going to make a pinch right here. Like that, and then let's unfold. Then we want to valley fold up, going through this pinch. So it should look like that. Now we're going to do the same on the other side. Now you could do the diagonal fold again, but I'm going to do something a little bit different. So we're going to mountain fold this behind on the existing crease, like that, and then let's turn over, and then now you don't have to make the diagonal because you could just bring this point up to that point. And let's unfold all of it. Alright, there we go. Now let's fold this one back, and then now we're going to fold this edge up to this edge. Alright, let's unfold, and then let's fold the other way, edge to edge. Alright, and let's fold both of them at the same time. We're just going to rabbit ear this to, let's do the left one out. Alright, and then let's do the same thing with this one. So bring it up, and we're just going to rabbit ear to the left again. Alright, and then now we have our goat base. Alright, let's do a little work on the feet, so let's zoom in. And let's valley fold this to the right. And then let's bring this edge down to this center crease. Alright, and then bring this point up to this point. Let's unfold, and we're just going to make another rabbit ear. We're rabbit earing the rabbit ear, I guess. Alright, and then bring it down. Alright, now let's rotate, and we're just going to do the same thing. Like that, and make sure these are in opposite directions, or rather, they both line up like this. Alright, now we're going to make a few pre-creases. So we're going to make a fold starting at this point and ending at this point. Alright, now we're going to make a fold here. This is going to be a mountain fold, so we'll just pinch. And then we're going to make a mountain fold on this side as well. Like that. And now we're just going to fold through this point here, so just valley fold up. Alright, let's unfold. And then now we're going to mountain fold along this crease here. Alright, and then we're going to do the same here. Like that, and then let's rotate and repeat. Alright, and then now we're going to do what we did here on this side. So let's turn, let's valley fold this up. And then let's make a fold here and here. Like that. Alright, so let's unfold one of the sides. We're unfolding this side, okay. And let's mountain fold in half like this. And then we're going to do a sort of crimp. So we're bringing this mountain fold to if you can see it, this valley fold. So we're just bringing this one over here, and then we're doing the same on this side, so it's going to be crimped like that. Alright, so let's turn back. So yeah, this is the kind of motion, I guess. Alright, now we're going to bring this point up to this point, and we're going to squash while we do this because we have this little layer inside. Alright, let's fold this back down, but we still have the squash fold in here. And then let's turn over, and we're going to do the same thing, so bring this up. And then let's fold back down. Alright, now we have this trapped corner and we have to get it out. So let's unwrap this corner. Alright, sorry, let's actually bring this corner back inside. Like that. And then we're going to bring this edge to this edge. Alright, let's unfold. And then let's reverse fold on that crease while letting this flap swing out. And then underneath it should look like that. And then close the model up. Alright, so yeah, what we just did is it looked like this, and then we just wrapped it underneath like that. Alright, so let's take this point and bring it down to this point. So we're just going to reverse fold it actually. And then let's reverse fold this front corner. And then let's reverse fold this back corner. Alright, now our model should look something like this. Alright, so now we have a valley fold here and we're going to continue it. So let's valley fold down all the way across. Alright, let's unfold, and then let's open this up, and we're going to squash fold it evenly. Like that, so it should be nice and even, and then let's close it back up. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to open sync on this diagonal crease, so let's make these two folds, and then let's open it up here, and then just push in on this point. Alright, after some cleaning up it should look like that, and then we're going to push this in and then just close the model up like that. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to sort of make this into a bird base. So let's mount and fold this, and then let's bring it up to here, and then let's bring this edge up to this crease. And then let's bring this point to this point, where we're going to make a squash fold in the process. Like that. I guess you could call that a rabbit ear. And then we're going to reverse fold this inside. So bring this edge to this edge, and then let's just also kind of rabbit ear this inside like that. Alright, then let's unfold all of this. Then we're going to refold it. So let's open this up. Let's make this middle crease a valley fold. And so this crease is a mountain, so we're going to make this side a mountain too. Just these two creases here. Like that. And then let's turn over. And we're actually going to make this a closed synced bird base actually. So we're going to fold on these creases here. Like that, and then reverse fold this side in and this side in, and then close the model up, and then bring these to either side to flatten it. Alright, so that was kind of confusing. It was basically just a bird base, so if I open it up again, it should look like that. So before we had this, and then we poke this inside, bring this forward, close it up, and then bring this together. And then we basically have a bird base, and that's the base for our head. Alright, so now we're going to fix up this end because this is looking kind of too sharp. So we're going to mount and fold this down. How much? It doesn't really matter too much, but it should end at this point. And yeah, I guess this is just to preference, so I think it's something like that, I guess. Alright, and then let's unfold, and then let's open up from here. Let's open this up. So it's on this end, and we're going to do a closed sink on that crease. So this is going to be very hard and very messy, so just do your best. Alright, there we are. That was pretty tricky, but yeah, it doesn't have to be the neatest on the inside, so it's fine. Oh, let's bring this back out. Alright, so yeah, now we're gonna work on the head. So let's open up halfway, so about here. And then we're going to crimp this up. So let's crimp it up about this much. There's no reference really here. So yeah, something like that. I guess if you want a reference, then this point should reach that point. Alright, so now we're going to do another crimp, but this one's going to be a little bit harder. So we're going to crimp this out, kind of like this. This is going to be at more of a diagonal, I guess. So yeah, we can kind of just do this one side at a time. So we're going to make a crimp here, and then that's not going to lie flat here. So we're going to extend this crease out a little bit, kind of like that, and then we'll do the same on this side. So make a diagonal, trying to line it up with the one behind. Alright, so we've got our crimp here, but then this bit's not going to lie flat, so just, yeah, shift it forward a little bit. Alright, so that was kind of tricky, but this is kind of the movement. So we're making I guess a crimp here, and then we're making an outward crimp on this side, kind of like that. Alright, so there's the structure kind of for our head. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna work on the head a little bit more. So let's open it up this way, and we're going to pull these two flaps out. I'm actually going to unfold it quite a bit, so like that. And then you see these diagonal creases, we're going to extend them so that they reach a point in the middle. So bring them up, and then we should have this. Alright, and then we're actually going to fold back, because we just need those for pre-creases. And let's fold the model back, bringing these two side flaps in, and then bring the crimp back. Alright, so now we're going to reopen just this middle flap here, and then let's make valley folds on those pre-creases that we just made. Maybe it's easier if we do it on this side. And then you can kind of see the creases forming here, but we're just going to squeeze this in, almost like a rabbit ear, but not quite, I guess. And yeah, a little tip, these edges should align with this crease here. And then let's reverse fold these in, back in, and then let's try and bring the model back together. Oh, and one thing actually, before we bring the model together, because we actually can't bring the model together, open up these flaps and make them loose, and then bring the model back together, except for the flaps. So we have these flaps coming out, and we're just going to reverse fold them in, and then it should end at this point here, and then turn over and then make sure it looks the same on that side. Alright, now this head is definitely too pointy, so we're going to open this up, and then we're going to kind of do another rabbit ear. So bring this in, and then I guess we don't need to rabbit ear, we just bring this side in, and there's no reference. So if we close it up, it should look like that. But now it's still pointy, so what we're going to do is we're just going to reverse fold this little bit inside. Alright, so now our model should look something like this. Alright, now we're going to work on the horns a little bit. So first off, this flap is a bit thick, so we're going to thin it out. So let's mount and fold this behind, and then we're just going to form a little reverse fold at the bottom, like that. So now it's a bit thinner, and we're just going to do the same on this side. Okay, now we're going to crimp these horns a little bit. So let's crimp pretty low, and we're just going to crimp a tiny bit off to the side. Alright, just a tiny crimp like that, and we're going to do 2 more, just a bit higher up. Okay, so there we have 2 more crimps, and then now we have 3 crimps for the horn. Alright, now let's turn over, and we're just going to do the same thing. Alright, now we have our little crimps for the horn. Okay, now let's work on the tail. So we're just going to reverse fold this up about that much, and then reverse fold it down about that much. And that's the tail, it's really simple. And then now we're going to work on the legs, so we're going to pinch them in half, like that, and then kind of just rabbit ear it upwards, and then we're going to valley fold it down, like that. Alright, and then we're just going to do the same on the other leg. Okay, and then now we can add some final touches, so we can open it up here, and then we can puff the goat out a little bit, make him nice and puffy. Alright, and then there is our origami goat. I hope you had fun folding this, and yeah, in the meantime, have fun folding. Bye.